Hello everyone, this is Darren with Madcaptoys. I'm glad to have you back. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. We're going to talk to you a little bit direct about business and what's going on. I'm going to show you a few things here. Not too much, but not too little, I hope, either. And we're just going to discuss a few things that's been coming up lately. And we've been getting a lot of these issues coming to us as sellers. And I would like to know your input and your feedback, especially you guys out there that are fellow sellers and are especially doing this for a living, have done this for a living at least a year or more. Because all that input is very important, because I basically keep things down, guys, so I can compare what I'm doing right and maybe I'm doing something wrong. And then if I see somebody else is doing something wrong, we try to put it out in a video. And we're not trying to be critical, but we are trying to tell everyone something we hope is helpful so that they can take and earn more income online, whether on eBay, Mercari, or Poshmark. Now let me pull up my screen down here. Okay, I'm going to hit this off here to the side. I have been getting a bunch of what I will call asinine questions as of late. On Mercari. And I don't know if anybody else is getting this or not, but basically these questions to me, guys, are from people like this guy, Jeff X Change, all right? And then you get this, I don't know, little wannabe picture here, tells you more about the seller, and you go here. He's a brand new member. He's done some confirmation, all right, from what I can see, but he's basically brand new. So he's coming in, and oftentimes, and I don't want this to be taken wrong, but he's sort of like a pretender to the throne. He'll come in and he'll ask questions, and I've had this week alone, and I wish I could pull them up, but I get so many questions because you can see over here to my right, I've got 99 just from the last several hours of today. And today for us is, let's see, 1:18 p.m. And let's check that out. Yeah. 1:18 p.m. And we've already got 99 more questions and comments and offers and all this stuff going on in Mercari. But this one's just come on as of a few minutes ago. A few hours, actually, I think. Yeah, 1 hour ago. Okay, and this is his comment. Can you tell me more about this item? And I've been getting a lot of questions, especially about my silver coins, which is fine. I don't mind answering a question if a true buyer, has real comments. But where I have a problem is when I go here. Let's see if I can pull it up. I don't think they're going to let me right now. Yeah, there we go. We've got 10 reviews, and they're all from sellers. So this is a buyer basically trying to build up some feedback, and you can look and see where he's getting his coins. He's already canceled one. I don't know anything about this gentleman. But it looks like he's trying to get into the coin market or start a coin store, or maybe he's just a genuine collector of coins. I do not know. But I have been getting a lot more of these questions, and they're getting a little bit annoying because this is what you get. 5 seconds, you get, hey, can you tell me more about this item? That item. Well, what do you want to know? Here's the item. 1887 O, silver, 90% silver, by the way, Morgan dollar. This should grade EF, extra fine, to AU, or about uncirculated. Maybe some will consider it BU. We do not. We are taking the conservative approach. I have currently 2,326 reviews, 10,442 listings on Mercari, and I have 2,266 sales. Now, down here, I've got all my badges. I think, like I said, there's one that I have not done because I don't want to have everything going through Facebook, so I've not done that verification process that they'd like us to do. But basically, here's all the info you need, and then I come down here and give the description. What else do you want to know? And the reason I'm bringing this question up, guys, is because this is one of those bull roar questions we get a lot of times off people that's really not interested in your product. They're wanting you to describe the product to them as much as you can so they can take that product and then list it under their own name or another name on the same site. Okay, they may not use this one. This may be one of their buyer names that they use to buy off of people. But I have seen this multiple times where all of a sudden I'll see my coin with my pictures on somebody else's selling site or account. Okay, and this is something to look at right here too. No, I don't want to do that. But I've got 9 likes on this. So that tells you it's a pretty well-liked item for a coin on this site. Okay, and then here's the other thing that hits the old alarm bell. And this is, the reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is today I'm going to just talk about a few subjects that I feel need to be dealt with on both Mercari and eBay. But we're starting on Mercari. Is because after this, usually if you're selling online, you're going to get a question like this. Is this real or a replica? And the reason I brought this up today, and I'll go over it with you in a second. You may have already read it, but I'll go over it with you in a second. Is this real or a replica? First off, they're telling me to tell them more about the item. Then, within the same time period, they're saying, is this real or replica? If you don't know this is real or replica, why are you even talking to me? I'll tell you why. He probably wants to try to sell this item. And what he would do is raise this price up to where he thinks he can make a profit. Let's say 150, 130, 120, whatever, 99. And as long as he's making $10, $20 profit, then he'd come back and buy off me and try to get me to ship it to him or to them and go from there, because we've had that a lot. The reason why this comes off totally bogus is if you know anything about coins, anything at all, you're not going to go and ask a guy that's got X amount of feedback, is this real or replica? Because if it was a replica, I would have said so. And last time I checked, now they could have changed the rules, so don't take this as scriptural here, guys. But last time I checked, I don't think we're allowed to show replicas on Mercari. Now they could have changed the rules. I could be wrong. But I don't buy or deal in replicas. I used to deal with them years ago, but it's just too much nonsense involved with them, so I don't anymore. And so what I put down here is my response. Okay, this is the third question of this nature, that I've got. And it's literally been today 3 times, not him, but him included. If you don't know a real Morgan, then you ought to stay out of the hobby. And I say that, and that sounds smart alecky, and I don't want people to think I'm a snot, because I'm really not. I'm a really overall nice guy. But there gets to be, when you get so far up in the air and selling so much stuff and you've been putting on for so long, there gets to be a point where you'll get pretty much like me in some ways and get tired of answering what becomes nonsense questions. I've had this question from people with names like this, and again, they've all had 10 or so reviews or less, and you look here, this tells you he is a seller by and large, okay? He's following 11 people, no followers. More info about seller. Nothing. 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 All right. So what I'm trying to show you here is I've had 3 people just in the last Trying to make sure that ain't changed. 1 hour, and I'll just throw it up 2 hours since I've been, doing my job here today, writing out orders, which, by the way, we've had 2 on Mercari. Thankful for that. Running orders, processing orders, and doing everything. I've had 3 of these questions from people who all had less than 10 reviews. Let's see here if I can find another one. I don't think I have them right here. No, I do not. Let's see. No, I do not see it. Okay, so that's something that's been going on a lot on Mercari. I don't know if any of you have faced this as of late, but I've not been making a whole lot of sales on Mercari as of late, so I don't know what in the world they're doing to the site, if they're updating the site, or just really anything that's going on with Mercari. I don't know if maybe on Mercari, because they're located somewhere else, that maybe the economy is hurting the site. Maybe not. Who knows? But to me, this site, as of right now, we're getting about a sell from this site or two every 2 to 4 days. And sometimes on those third or fourth day or second day, we'll get like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sells. Usually it's 2 to 3, but sometimes up to 6. And that's been a little bit like a couple weeks ago when we had that bigger 6 sells in a day. But it's been getting where the sells have been petering out on Mercari a little bit more and more and more as of late. So I don't know. We've not been told anything. We've not had anybody send us any, hey, is somebody working on the site, or I heard moments. But this is just from our own observations that there's some things apparently going on with Mercari. It could be the economy. I don't know. It could be, like I said, they're working on the site. I don't know. But something weird and odd is truly going on with Mercari as of late, at least for us. If you as a seller who also sells on Mercari have noticed the same thing, please give us comments in the comment section below. If you've had honest to goodness sales or they've not changed, give us those comments as well. Tell us some of your experiences, guys. This is helpful. We're trying to spread the word on all sites. We don't go on about Mercari near as much as we do eBay, and the reason is simple. We pay for eBay, so we expect more from eBay. The next thing is eBay's been around longer. They should be more mature. And quite frankly, from the numbers we've got, they're 10 to 16 times the size of Mercari. I mean, and I've heard some guys, and I don't know where they get this from. I had one guy, and I won't give his name. I won't tell you nothing about him, give any description. I had one guy online sit there and say, well, they're 25 times the size of Mercari. So what do you expect sales to sales wise? Well, I don't know about that. I don't believe that, because what I've seen, it's more like 10 to 15, 16% size difference, or not percent, but 10 to 15 times the size or whatever. But I don't even care, guys, because I'm not paying for this site. So, it's not cost me if I'm not making sales on it, except for the lack of sales. So, whatever the true size of Mercari is comparison-wise to eBay, there you are. But we've seen many sites like this come and go over and over through the years. I hope Mercari sticks around. I think they will. They're one of the few sites that I've ever seen that get a Super Bowl ad online, other than eBay putting on a lot of ads there for a while. And I honestly think a lot of these sites ought to get more advertising going, because I think that's part of the problem with the economy systems based off of these sites. These sites are trying to get by with a nickel and dime strategy on advertising. Basically, you and I pass on the word about the site and hoping that will increase sales. But really, to do the thing and do it right, you got to advertise. We all know that from Business 101 if you've ever owned one. And we have, and it does get expensive. But anyway, guys, let's jump on to the next site that we're talking about. We've been talking to some fellow sellers as well in our Facebook group. And if I owe you a message, please give me a contact in the group, because I have got behind. I've tried to catch up. I think I am currently caught up in the private messages. A lot of the messages that we talk about with other sellers online, our friends especially, is in our private chats, PM as we call it. Not all of it goes on the Facebook group front page as it was. If you want to discuss there, that's fine. If you want to advertise your stuff on our site, feel free. It's welcome. We appreciate it. I mean, I don't care, because I'm not getting paid from the site. It doesn't matter to me who's advertising on the site. It's just basically our Facebook group that we want to take and help push Madcap Toys, but I don't mind pushing other people's items that are selling on eBay or wherever you're selling it as well, because it just helps our community as we look at it. But anyway, I want to show you what we are doing as of late on eBay. We've had quite a few little discussions, some very interesting, some not so much. But I really do appreciate each and every person's comments, whether it be in our Facebook group, whether it be on our videos. Your comments are important. And do not take it wrong, guys, if I don't agree with every little thing you say, because I will probably agree with 99% of it. And sometimes in typing, it may not sound like it, but I do. I feel I've got a lot of comments, and even a comment the other day on one of the last videos we put up. I do feel that there may be a little bit of a point to be had about, okay, maybe the economy is part of the reason some of the sales are down. But guys, I don't go and hold a lot into that. And the reason why is that as an eBay line. When I hear that, I get very suspect. I mean, it's almost like the guard comes up. Because eBay has been telling us that for, well, ever since I've been on this site. And you know what? Some of the best years I've ever had on this site, we was in recession. All right. And I have been in several recessions as a child, a young adult, etc. and so forth, even now. And guys, this, in my viewpoint, at least in Indiana, South Central Indiana, is not a recessionary market. Now, I will be honest with you. I do see gas prices are a problem, and they always are if you've got people that's basic eco nuts out there trying to figure out how to dry it up and make us all go into battery vehicles, which is impractical. And the reason why isn't that I have anything against battery vehicles, but they don't have the mileage. We don't have the infrastructure to use them like we would like to, perhaps. And we're just not set up for it yet. We're not there yet. Maybe one of these days we will be, but we're not there yet. And if you've got to drive any distance past 400 miles, you're hurting, because you pretty much got to stop wherever you're at, set for an hour, hour and a half, charge that vehicle, or however long it takes, right? If you can find a plugging station. And most people probably can. But, we're just not there yet, in my opinion. So gas and oil prices do affect the economy. Jobs affect the economy. And everything else that's equated with the economy in some way, from supplies and all the things. The chain matters, right? We all know that. The chain matters. From beginning to end, it matters. But anyway, I want to show you what I've got going on as of today. And keep in mind, this is the 13th. We've got on basically 7,400. Let me make sure I've got that going. Yes. Hope so. Okay. I'm hoping I didn't screw that up. 7,486 listings. Okay, now this, guys, is something you got to watch. Singles. Single copy listings. Right? Here is my total amount I currently have on. Keep in mind, I think I have about 500 items on a 30% sell. So that comes off of this amount. So that could be anywhere from 201,000 to 220,000. I don't remember how much money the items were before they were put on the 30% sell. So that's going to be higher right through here. But I've got us up to right now, even with the sell taking place till I believe the end of the month, up to 200,000 plus. We're working currently towards 300 to 350, trying to get there or maybe higher before the end of the year. I don't know if I can do it. Depends on the value of, let's go down here, items like this. And this has a lot to do with your value. Not that you don't have it, but you look at this, $7.98, okay? And that's not including the shipping costs that everybody pays. And I think shipping will probably be about $5.95, $5.98, somewhere around there for this car. But that's just the price of this item and what it's selling for on this. Now, if items are in an auction format, it can be as low as 99 cents or $1.99. Again, not including shipping. But those prices, whatever they are, go up here, right? And you can see, count my quantity, I'm at 10,626 items. So if you take and you go into this and divide into that, you could figure out roughly how many, what my basic average price per item was if a guy really cares, and I don't. So, it's not going to be probably super great, because I know one guy was saying, well, my average, and he wasn't talking about me, he was talking about himself. He said, well, my average sell price of my items comes out about $45 an item. Well, that's a pretty good price. So a lot of your items, either you got a lot of, or not a lot of items on, or you've got a lot of really high priced items, because a lot of my items, like I said, we're looking at $3, $5, $10, $100, and then I have a few way higher than that, and then I have a couple that's way lower than that. But the average price really matters on your sales per day. But if you look at those prices there and those numbers, that'll give you an idea of what your potential sales will be. Now with me, I have been making today, I've made one official new sell. Last night I made a sell, or 3 sells, basically from 10 o'clock to midnight. And I'm going to say it's probably out west time, because when we hit midnight, we basically shut her down here in Indiana. But they said they was later on in the evening, and they counted on last night. So we've had a total of 4 sells today. So our sales, even though 3 of them came for last night, we're counting them on today. Many of you may and probably do the same thing, because when your day starts where you are as a seller, that's when your day starts. When it ends where you live as a seller, that's when it ends. You don't worry about time zones that are not where you're at. I have sent out multiple offers. It looks like I've got another person that's liked another item. I've sent out probably 2-3 sets of offers, and I'll send one out on this. I've been trying different offer metrics to just see what's catching attention. We'll go through this and see what this is. Shield nickel, $25. I'm not going to get much of a discount on a coin. See if it comes up. You guys see it's froze, so let's try it again. Did the whole system freeze up on us? would appear it did. Now let's try it again. There we go. I'm just going to put out a 15% offer here. I'll take a $25.98 shield nickel, which is, graded by us at very good, to $22.08. Plus, it's got calculated shipping wherever they're located. So there you go. We'll do that. All right. And we'll go from there. I don't see nothing else. Let me go right here. Go back. Try to go down. All right. There we go. But anyway, we've been doing a lot of the best offers. People have offered us. They've said, I like this. And I've sent back best offers to them. Maybe they'll take them. Maybe they won't. I'm always thankful if they do. But a lot of times, problem with the best offer, you can send out 50 million offers and don't mean nobody's going to take anything, right? But anyway, guys, we've been pretty well doing better the last couple of days. Let me look at my book here, and I'll give you some read-offs on the book. We've not been averaging what I'll call great sales days, but we have been averaging over $100 days on average. Now, yesterday was below $100. I think it was like 86 bucks and change, which really blows. We like to try to hit $200 to $400 or more in a day. We have hit over 1,000 in a day, but it's been a while. And we like to hit even 500 or more, but it's been a little bit. It's been several months since we've done that. But it's not odd for us to hit anywhere from 200 to like 450, 480 in a day. And a lot of times that's when all sites are kicking in. And a lot of times it may even be when it's just mostly eBay. You may get help here or there from Poshmark or Mercari. But a lot of times it'd be just eBay. So you wouldn't know it if you based everything just on our feedback. Because I'll be honest with you, it seems like a lot of sellers, unless they've got something to complain about for some reason, they don't like something, seems like they don't always sit down and take the time to give you feedback, and they don't really get it. Feedback really helps out as a seller. It really helps you out, because if you get a better position, it means you make more sales, which means you can offer better deals and you can offer lower prices. So in some ways, a lot of buyers are sort of cutting their own throat by not giving you and I feedback, because it's cutting us off at the kneecaps, as it was. And now I know not everybody is going to use that to leverage themselves to get better deals. But with us, we're able to, because we deal with a lot of pallet items. We deal with a lot of mass inventory, stock houses, as you want to call it. And sometimes we'll go and we'll get told, hey, this place or that place is closing out of business. We'll get a call from, let's say, a manager. We'll go up there and hit them real hard. We'll make a deal with them. We'll go buy $10,000, $15,000 in inventory in a day. Go say, can you give us a couple of days, pick it up? We'll go get a U-Haul, have a son come with us, whatever the case is, and we'll do a lot of pickups. We do that. We buy out whole collections. The more mass you and I can get as a seller, the better it is. But I do think that a lot of us sellers are going to maybe have to change up a lot of things that we do. I've been having people as of late on my Facebook page contacting us and telling us, hey, I've got a collection. I had one the other day, and she's like, hey, I've got a collection, my son's collection of blah, that I'd like for you to look at. I'll give you some pictures, and I'm going to tell you, basically what the item is worth. And how can I say this and be kind? I don't know where they get their values at, or she and her son got their values at, if it was hypothetical, if they thought it's what it's worth, they hoped it's what it's worth, or they're just going to give us a price because that's what they believe it would be worth. But a lot of the people that we have like that make us offers and trades or try to make deals with us, we have to just trade them, turn them down, because it's like I tried to tell her, hey, Mrs. C, um, I'm sorry, but I just can't accept this deal or offer or make an offer, because I know you're not going to like the offer that I will be able to make you, because they don't get it. If you paid $100 for an item, as in you, the wannabe seller, don't mean I can pay you $100, because you may have overpaid. The item may not be worth it. Nobody ever wants to hear that, but it's true. It may not be worth what you paid. The value of the item may have gone down. Not everything goes down. Some things go up, and we have paid way more to people than what they paid for the item when they originally bought it. But I can't pay you right at collector price or anywhere near it, because it's just not feasible. Because I have to move the product. I'm not a museum. And I don't want to sit there on the product and wait till the product gets up to a price to where it finally sells, if it ever does. Because you have no guarantees. If the economy truly goes down and tanks, then you and I, as sellers, may be taking a bath for a while in our products, because, if the values go down, the economy crashes, the price and value of 90% of the products we probably all have will go down. So if you see this Hot Wheels, let's say, today at this price, $7.98, it may only be worth $2 in the near future. And if it's worth $2, I'm not going to have a lot of people coming out saying, I'll pay you $7.98 for a car that's worth $2. They're going to say, I'll give you $1.50, I'll give you $1, or whatever the case may be. And that's one of the problems that sometimes those of us that are vintage collector sellers do run into with product that other people buy. They think because they've heard something that's collectible that it's going to always be collectible. Well, that's what a lot of people thought about Beanie Babies. And you guys that know anything about the Beanie Baby phase or craze will know that, hey, they is hot when they're hot, and then when they weren't, they're not. Very few of the beanies have any value of substance right now at this time. With what Disney is doing to the Marvel Studios and Star Wars Studios, Disney is under almost constant attack. There's been rumors that Disney may sell Star Wars back to Lucas. I haven't heard anything about Marvel yet, but there's been unconfirmed reports that Lucas is in talks. Lucasfilms is in talks with George Lucas about a possible repurchase. Now, again, that's in the rumor mill. Doesn't mean that it's scriptural, right? But it's in the rumor mill. And a lot of times, whether anybody likes it or not, those rumor mills hold some grain of truth. Perhaps not everything is factual at this time, because we don't know all the details and all the inner workings of whatever is going on. We're not in the room, so we don't know everything about anything. And that's the best way to keep it going right there. But there's been talks about selling it off. Disney has closed down their Disney hotel, which I wanted to go see, but I couldn't afford it at the time. My wife has just barely started this insurance thing. She's in about 2 years, doing real well, but still, we're still recouping from where she lost her job back in the days where COVID shut everything down. So, there's a lot of little details that not everybody looks at and says, why is Disney crashing and burning under, or Star Wars crashing and burning under Disney? There's a lot of reasons, guys. Some of it's politics, some of it's not, some of it's just the economy, as a lot of people like to say right now. But then there's just a lot of, if you tick off your customer base and the people you're trying to draw and attract, that's never a good thing to do. That's just never a good thing to do. But guys, anyway, like I said, so far today, it's been let's see here, if I can pull this up. Yeah, I've got 4 waiting You can see how crazy my numbers have been going, and none of them's been good days. I'm almost ashamed to show this because I know other people, you can just look right here, right? Look at this. That's ridiculous. I don't like to show this crap off, but it's like, this is ridiculous. I don't mind it was up here, and these numbers are 2 times, 3 times what they are, but, you know, whatever. But then over here, you've got all this, you know, this is what's going on there. Got some things to find. There. Let's just basically go right here, I guess, because there's no reason to stay on that. I got a question and answer, it looks like. But, you know, we are basically just doing what we have to do at this point. We are increasing our offers, our offer levels. Let's get that back here. Let's end that. Timestamp. Okay. And I'm doing various test offers at this time. I'm doing various rates. I'm doing just about anything and everything at this point to try to move ourselves and see if I can do anything to move the ball down towards the goal as it was. I've been trying promoted listings. I have tested a formula. I can't say it's working great. It seems to be working better than we had it. I started out testing, and I was talking to one of my friends. He knows who he is. If he listens to this video, he can feel free to comment in the comments below or talk to me personal. It doesn't matter. I appreciate either way. But he said he was going to test his rates out and see what it took to move the ball goal for him to where he could score a little bit more. It sounded like he was having some success. I can't say it was great success, but some. But with myself and my own track record, I started out 5% and I've moved up to 10%. I've noticed more sales, but I'm still not impressed, guys, because as you know, I've had today so far, counting last night, 4 sales. So it seems like the promoted listings, regular promoted listings, is working a little bit for us. It's not going to kick you into the end zone as it was, but it'll get you a lot closer. You guys may want to test it. You may not. That's fine. I don't recommend it for anyone or everyone. But I will say this. I have tried it. It does seem to make a difference. But my biggest problem is I'm not going to do it forever because I don't want to have a race to the top to where eBay just gets more and more fees and we get less and less fees, and it gets to the point where you're not making money. You're not able to pay payroll. You're not able to pay your bills. You're just paying eBay. It's not worth it after a while. But we have been doing tests, guys, and the promoted listings, regular promoted listings at the current rate that I have done it and tested, and I will be changing it. I'm not going to go probably up. I will be going back down. But I'm doing a current 10%. My sales have increased. I don't know if I can get there and show you. My current impressions is down. Click-through rate says it's up, but to me, not by much. This is the first time I've got this to go up in about 2 months, guys. I'm up by 9.5. Sales conversion is down, they say, but it's not very good. So, you know, you guys do with that as you will. You know, feel free to compare yours to mine. Give me your ideas, your thoughts, your comments, because I do appreciate it. Everything is important. And I'd like to know what your thoughts and ideas is on what I'm doing. Have you tried this method? Are you trying the promoted plus, as I'll call it? Or are you just doing the promoted like I'm doing? And if so, roughly what rate are you doing? What kind of conversions are you getting? Are you seeing increased sales? Are you not? Anything you can do to help the rest of us, really appreciate it, guys. You guys have a great and a wonderful day. I know this isn't the greatest video, But I just wanted to talk to you about a few things that have come up that we're dealing with on both eBay and Mercari. And I appreciate your thoughts, your ideas, especially any of you guys that sell on the both of the sites. Right, you just have a great and wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye.